or good evening, everybody, wherever you may be. This is the Roaming Prepper channel. Sorry, I'm having a the dogs are in dog jail because while I was setting this up, I had a sneezing fit, and I guess that incited them to go and destroy the room, and they disconnected everything, so everyone got run off. And in theory, I'm streaming somewhere, but there's no guarantees people can actually see me at the moment. So bear with me while I because these little numbnuts came and pretty much obliterated my area. Okay, so that being said, good evening or good afternoon to all of you. I was not expecting World War III to be on my apocalypse bingo card today. Hey, Independent, what's going on? Johnny, Scott, thank you, Teresa, bad shit. Independent again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I've been catching bits and pieces of everything that's going on. Yeah, no worries, Teresa. I won't be on too long. As a reminder, this evening, 7:45 East Coast, 6:45 Central, in theory, should be on with Trent, Livingston, Vision, Livingston, and Hudson Valley. But a few of the guys were traveling, so we might have the 3.5 horsemen, or 2.7, depending on who can come in or out. Hello, hello, Mrs. Metal. Hello, everybody. So I will dilly dally no further. I have been watching the footage of what just went on. You know, whenever people say October surprise, right? I usually think scandal, right? Oh, he was fooling around with his intern, Bill Clinton and Lewinsky, right? Oh, he was fooling around with the intern, or October surprise, he had a donation from an illegitimate donor, or he cheated on his wife, or she cheated on her husband. What I didn't expect was World War III, the apocalypse. This morning I made that short video. I was not expecting a catastrophic hurricane with dock workers going on strike across the East Coast. What I didn't think was we were going to add, you know, regional nuclear powers getting into a war with each other. That's kind of creepy. It does, and it seems like in the past, like book club just said, "Hey Neil, what's going on?" In the past, it's been like, "Oh, this thing, then that thing." Sorry about my sinuses. The dogs like tore up the house and left dust everywhere. A bunch of heathens. But this was bad. Have any of you seen the footage from Israel? Like, I'm gonna see. Bear with me just a second. Okay, let me make some changes here. And trying to get some footage here. So, oh, here we go. All right, bear with me. I'm going to present this. I'm going to share this tab. Let me know if you can. So what you're hearing, folks, is actually not the missiles. Once Israel detected the missiles were in the air, just before that, several. No, and fair point, but yes, thank you. I am hosting tonight. So it'll be 6:30 Vision, 7:45. I'll jump on with the guys. Hey, what's going on? Moved to Georgia. That was a good move, definitely. Good to see you again, man. That's a long move. A lot prettier out in Georgia, in my opinion, anyway. Although, if I had to pick a spot in Jersey where you were, wasn't terrible. It was actually decent. Hey, no, Johnny, that was an active shooter. So while I don't know the sequence of events, but there was a group of active shooters with Kalashnikovs basically tried to execute a mini October 7th attack with like a dozen guys. And then they got into firefights because like all the Israeli military and police are on like 24-hour alert. And as that was happening, all the rockets got launched. I don't know if the rockets launched and then those guys attacked or what went on, but I'm gonna get you some footage here. Let me close this out here. So yeah, that was gunshots. This is actual footage of the missiles landing. Doesn't that look like something out of a movie? Those are ballistic missiles. Those are not like the little rockets that Hamas normally has used. Oh, here we go. Two terrorists armed with rifles opened up on civilians in Tel Aviv. Israeli forces have shot down one. That's probably going to get me demonetized showing that, or if they don't stop my. But let's. These were the individuals, and oh man, they got some really good footage of these bastards. And the IDF has released footage. This is what Israel was after. This is the. Hey Trent, what's going on? Rooster, it's bad. Okay, they did attack. So the light rail attack was a distraction from the ballistic. Although once they launched the ballistics, it's like everybody saw that because it was on everyone's radar. But yeah, this was bad, y'all. And honestly, this sending squads of personnel to attack civilians, the model they used in Mumbai in 2008, it's also the model they used on October 7th. That scares the hell out of me because it doesn't take. I mean, look at the chaos a single active shooter can cause in the US, in the States. Um, and it's like at a school or at a theater or mall or whatever. Now imagine 20 of these guys setting off 20 bombs, doing 20 car attacks, whatever, all at once. It's kind of horrifying. And I would not have thought it possible 4 years ago. I would have been like, no, no. Here's some more footage. Um, as you can see, a lot of these are not getting stopped. Hey, Rip, what's going on, bud? If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I'm jumping screens here. Mind you, none of these are nuclear. You saw that one blew up in midair. I think that one got hit by the Iron Dome. But this is and I'm using I'm streaming these from X partly because X, they're posting stuff ever since Elon took it over. They're posting stuff really fast. Oh, sorry.
נפילות אחי, נפילות של החיים בנבטים. נפילות בנבטים אחי. נפילות קשות בנבטים, שומע? וואו, 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 וואו.
Holy crap, I didn't see this one before.
הכל נופל לנבטים, אני אומר לך מתקפה אחת החזקות. אימא'לה, 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 זהו, למקלט. נפילות.
Have you guys seen the movie Greenland? Where the asteroid breaks up and all rains down on the people? That's kind of like what that looked like. Like if you had told me, oh, it was a meteor shower that ran amok and landed in a city, Hey, Kentucky, what's going on? Cole did not like the sirens. Now, Bentley lost interest because mom opened pretzels over there. So he heard the crinkle bag and, dogs and crinkles and foom, the whole the whole entourage ran after mom because she has pretzels. But and just left the range doing the things. Good deal. Yep. I have a clay shoot next weekend, charity event, a breast cancer fundraiser, and I haven't picked up the 12 gauge to go shoot skeet since February. I've done other things. I've shot pistol and rifle, but no 12 gauge, no shooting of any clays. So I might have to go this Friday and like actually practice so I don't look like a schmuck. But well, it's funny because Fox News actually their Fox News's reporter was actually on the balcony. What's his name? Trey Yangst. He has a weird last name, Yingst, something like that. And the what did Skeet ever do to you? Skeet or the devil? Actually, Skeet have allowed me to win stuff, but you have to blow them up. It's kind of a twisted situation. But yeah, Trey Yingst was on the balcony of his hotel talking to Harris Faulkner in New York when the attack came in, and like he's telling the cameraman, "Look," and then all of a sudden the audio drops, and you hear Harris Faulkner go, "Trey, are you okay? Trey, can you hear me?" So it's yeah, it's thank you, Teresa. Yeah, it's bad coffee. Now supposedly the president has asked Israel to withhold a counterattack to prevent escalation, but it's taken from I got another video here for you guys. Let me see if I can bring that up. Bear with me a second here. And again, I apologize for the disorganization. This is kind of an ad hoc. According to this, the video is taken from my village, northern Israel, more than 200 ballistic missiles. Before the attack, a terror attack in Tel Aviv, tram, 8 civilians killed. Radical mullah regime must pay. And this guy's like, we stand with Iran. And then he got a bunch of insults back at him. But that's a mess, y'all. That's um, that's just unfortunate situation going on. So this is interesting. Then Fox News just reported this. Let me remove that real quick, and I'll give you this other screen here real quick. Um, so IDF confirms minimal casualties as the missile barrage appears to stop. So apparently, the U.S. played a significant role in helping Israel fend off Iran's aerial assault on Tuesday. And remember, they've been posting updates that they were, yes, that they were sending more troops to the Middle East. And I was wondering, I'm like, you're positioning a lot of assets in advance of something. So I'm not sure what went on there, but yeah, these attacks were pretty bad. I'm gonna bring back the extreme again, see what other footage we can share. Um,
الله اكبر يعني فرقه عاربه داخل مستشفى الشهداء الاقصى.
and this is
الصواريخ
Gaza is
المقابله تنطلق
celebrating.
من كل مكان حاليا تجاه.
They seem pretty happy about themselves. I like this one. That's funny. Finally, war with Iran. So here's something interesting, folks. The back in after 9/11, uh, Rumsfeld, Bush, and who was the Senate leader? It wasn't Newt Gingrich. He was in the House. Was it Schumer back then or Pelosi? Anyway, these old guard Cold War politicians decided there were several countries they wanted to change their rule. Libya, Syria, Sudan, um, Iran, and Iraq. And there were a couple of, North Korea, and there was someone else. Iran and North Korea are the only two that are still functioning the way they were before. No, how many empires have gone into the Middle East and failed? I mean, the Romans, the Greeks, even the Egyptians went from Egypt into that Jerusalem part of the world, and eventually they collapsed. The British went there, the Americans have gone there. I mean, it's just a mess. It's really a mess. He might have been. There might be a picture of Schumer somewhere in like the ancient Egyptian posts. But yeah, it was yeah, this is pretty nasty. Um Also now the dock workers, apparently that got violent, which I did not know. Oh, what was this guy? Is this the fool that was talking?
When my men hit the streets from Maine to Texas, every single port a lockdown. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley means I have to go back to work for 90 days. That's a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the companies money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. In today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
Yeah, that guy's unhappy. And are you talking to me? He wasn't watching the Mayor Adams saga. He is meanie pants. So hey, so somebody was saying, oh well, this strike is going to be like a gift to Kamala because she's going to negotiate and she'll create like a deal and then she'll look like a hero. And I'm like, no, y'all have lost control of the apple cart. What was happening is you have these. Remember Hunger Games? What do they call the guy who made the games? The game master. They think they're game masters, right? They push buttons and he's, doing whatever. And I'm honestly thinking y'all lost control of the apple cart. Y'all have completely lost control of the apple cart, and now Israel and Iran are beating each other up. Lebanon has been getting hammered for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. There's missiles flying all over the Middle East. Oh, and then our docks are all shut down. And by the way, half of North Carolina's under mud, and you really need to like help us, like our people, get out from that. Like, where are we gonna send? We're gonna send the National Guard to Israel? We should send them to North Carolina. We should send them to Florida. That's what they're there for. National Guard, when the nation's in trouble, that's not our fight, but, Hey, Sister Marie. Well, it's just wild. I did not have the apocalypse on my apocalypse bingo card, right? Like, there's supposed to be other things, not, "Oh, let's have World War III." I what were the chances all these things would happen at once? I honestly think they were like, "Oh, let's cause some trouble here, let's cause some trouble there, and numbers up." And they pushed too many buttons, like that little cartoon guy go tick 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 tick, and then the shit caught fire, and now he's freaking out and running around the cartoon control center, and everything's on fire. That's really what I feel is happening. But I got another video for you, and this one, if I can find the right footage, because it was oh, here it is. Yes. All right. So while we have all this fiasco, right? They already did it. Um, yeah. So, and again, my sorry for my sinuses. I'm going to share this with you guys. Listen to what he says. I'm going to put can I do captioning here? No. Okay. Listen to what he says.
Mr. President, will you deploy more U.S. troops to the Middle East?
Mr. President, has Netanyahu gone too far?
Any comment on the strikes in Yemen, Mr. President?
Both sides have got to settle the strike. Working like the bargaining effort, I think they'll settle the strike.
Mr. President, will
Did
you
you catch
deploy
that?
more U.S. troops to the Middle East?
Did you catch what he said? The lady reporter says, "Mr. President, will you send more troops to the Middle East?" Then the British guy says, "Sir, do you think Netanyahu has gone too far?" And then she said, the first girl goes and says, "What do you think of the strikes in Yemen?" Right? Israel bombed Yemen, F-16s, missiles. And he replies, "Well, they're going to have to go back to the negotiating table and collective bargaining, and we can stop the strike." I kid you not. That's what the man said. So I'm going to do this for you guys. I don't know if it'll take on my, oh, hold on. I'm going to try and copy the link for those of you who do have Twitter/X. And I'll play that last part again because it's so goofy. Let me see if I can slow it down. That might make them sound more deranged. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, no, that's really way too slow. Now that's just horrifying, actually. Let's try that again.
Working like the bargaining effort, I think they'll settle the strike. Both sides have got to settle the strike. Working like the bargaining effort, I think they'll settle the strike.
Hey, take care, Trent. Be safe out there, buddy. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, it's exactly what I did when I heard it. Um, that's just funny. Uh, in any case, yeah, so he apparently is going to help settle the strikes in Yemen by bringing them to the collective bargaining table. Uh, and this guy even puts it here. Holy smokes, Biden thought the Israeli missile strikes in Yemen were worker strikes. That's that's just horrifying, actually, when you think about it. So, but I do have interesting news for you. Is so I decided to have some fun with AI, because you know me, I like to cause trouble. And according to AI, I'm going to have to read it to you. The ongoing, I asked it, with the ongoing strike on the East Coast, I didn't mention anything about Israel and the Gulf of Mexico, what products will be affected first? Right now, this is preparedness type info, right? Now, we all know Israel, Iran, that's going to affect shipping in the Suez, and that's going to affect oil and gas. So we know that. That's pretty much a given over there. But I wanted to know on the East Coast what would happen. So this is what the software gave me back after it did its little analysis thing. Yeah, agreed, Tuck. He's deficient in some way. What concerns me is normally if any leader shows those tendencies, you would say this individual is impaired in some way. They're disabled or they're elder, however you want to phrase it. Not being ugly, it's just this person is no longer in a position or of the means to conduct their business and would be replaced. A CEO would be asked to step down by the board. So, yeah, it's pretty frightening. Okay, so according to Copilot, the I asked it, give me some common household groceries and or common household items that may be affected by the dock worker strike. So the first one, fresh produce. Oh shoot, sorry. Fresh produce. Banana. Damn it. Okay, well, sometimes the internet doesn't want to work with me. Here we go. Fresh produce, banana, avocados, and other imported fruits and vegetables. Number two was seafood, fresh fish and shellfish. Number three, dairy products, imported cheeses, and other such dairy items. Number four was certain types of meat. Now, fortunately, we have a pretty robust beef and cattle and beef and poultry industry in the States, but that also. Beverages, imported whiskey, wine, beer, and rum. Canned goods, imported canned fruits, vegetables, and seafood. So seafood's come up a few times here. And then spices, imported spices, sauces, and condiments may be affected. So, like Italian, French based wines, French based or Italian based foods will have a hard time coming here. True. Oh my. That's so yeah, that's that's sad. Personally, I think it's elder abuse, but who are you going to tell? Okay, common household items that the AI software said may be a problem for all of us with the strike if it continues. Electronics, computers, electronic parts, and precision instruments, auto parts, vehicle imports and auto parts, machinery, it says various machinery, that doesn't help me at all. Cleaning supplies, imported cleaning agents, I wouldn't have thought of that. Paper products, imported paper towels, napkins, and toilet paper. And the last one, personal care items, shampoos, soaps, and cosmetics. So I hope you guys took some notes there, but yeah, it's have a great evening, coffee. So we're dealing with the southeast part of the country has been pretty much devastated. The docks all the way across the East Coast and the Gulf of Mexico are now closed. And Israel and Iran are now fighting directly with each other, no longer through proxies. I don't know. It's very few products are made here. So, in any case, folks, what do we do? Well, that was a useful list. So, if you have any products you need to get that you think might be affected, I definitely recommend you go and pick them up today. Wife and I had done an inventory this weekend because we were due to do one anyway because it was the beginning of the month, and it just happened to be a few days later the strike was supposed to start. So we're like, okay, we have 2 reasons, and we went, and, the carpet. Oh, oh, Medicaid. I was like, "What are you saying?" Oh, typo, never mind. Yeah, medications. So, we went to check out, she went to Sam's because I had to go to a meeting. As she's leaving, because we have the puffy membership because 'cause we've had it, like, forever. We get to go in at 8, whereas it opens for the general public at 10. As she's walking out with, she had a case where she had a miscellaneous things. The lady said, "You're the first cart that has walked out this morning without toilet paper." And my wife said, "Really?" She said, "I don't know what's going on, but people are gobbling up cases of water and toilet paper. They're probably paying attention and going, 'This doesn't look good.'" So, and this was before everyone really got the news about the Israeli attack. So, folks, there's a lot of, right, and also those possible shortages because stuff is getting diverted to hurricane victims. So, yeah, TP again. You got to wipe your butt, I guess. I don't know. But in any case, folks, keep in mind between the situation in the Mediterranean, which is going to affect the Suez Canal, it's going to affect oil and gas. We got the East Coast lockdown with the docks, and you have a sources being redirected to the hurricane areas as they should be. It's going to probably, you're going to see that supply chain tighten up as that supply curve drops, or the supply curve goes this way. You're going to see more demand, or rather, the price will go up, availability is going to go down. So make sure, double check your inventory. If you got a gap, fill it calmly, stay on budget, but be aware you very likely will start seeing people starting to register this about 2 days from now. Right now, everyone's just now absorbing because the strike happened the same night as the Israeli attack, didn't it? Yeah. So give the general public about 3 days to a week to compute what's going on. And yeah, animal food was another one I was worried about. Um, I know our big bags of dog food because we feed all the dogs a specific amount from a measuring cup. We know each bag lasts a month and 2 weeks, almost a month and a half. And we've had them on the shelf after the COVID experience. We've kept them on the shelf in this very dry environment for upwards of 2 to 3 to 4 months, and they stay good. So, oh, that's a good one. So antifreeze, tires, oil, that's something they specifically, I read somewhere, could be a problem. So you may want to check if you have tires you need to get fixed. Don't put them off. Get them now if you can afford it. Um, it's going to be interesting. Now, what's funny, we all see it, right? All of us in the chat, we're talking about it right now. You guys have put comments back and forth on other channels with me as well. And oh wow. Yeah, but you have big puppies, don't you? I'll give them about 3 days to a week. I found that since 2020, I actually was paying attention to how long it took the general public to react versus us reacting. And we've been about 4 to 6 weeks ahead of the general public. I think that gap is closed to your point. I think it's now like a couple of weeks where, but I think you have more normies moving into the quasi prepping. But I think there's a lot of people who have no clue. And they're going to have a clue when they go to the store and nothing's available. So But in any case, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this was a this was an interesting 24 hours. I didn't even know where to start. Again, those of you who rolled in late at the beginning, I have footage of the attack on Israel, the rocket attack. There were a lot of rockets making it through the defensive measures and hitting the ground, and it was pretty ugly. So, and there was an active shooting. They had guys on the ground shooting civilians as a distraction from the attack. So, in any case, ladies and gentlemen, be smart, prep carefully, take inventory, stay on budget, and I will see you all on the next video. You guys be safe out there. Remember, The Horseman on my channel, 6:45 tonight Central, 7:45 Eastern. Myself, Vision, Livingston, and Hudson. Two of the guys are traveling, so hopefully everyone shows up. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's show this real quick. Right, and they're gonna get backlogged over there. Hey, what's going on? No worries, Daryl. But anyway, you guys be good, be safe out there, and I will catch up with everyone later on.